All right, so here we go. We're going to run through the kettlebell swing. We're going to string together 4 or 5 reps, and then I'm going to talk about some of the important things to consider and to focus on as well. So it is important that every time you touch a kettlebell, you set up the exact same way. In particular, obviously, if it's for a swing. So we want to hinge, hands on the bell, let it kind of tilt towards us, and we're going to go for 5 reps here. So we're going to throw it back, up, and then when we place it back down, just like we practiced before. Hopefully you've seen through that the principles that we've initially run through, the skills that we've run through, which is nice neutral back, it's a leg drive, squeezing the glutes and the quads at the top, letting the bell kind of just float, and then cycling through that. Now there's 2 mistakes I find people make. There's a few, but the 2 main ones. The first one is we need to break late at the hips. So what do I mean by that? Is as we are swinging the kettlebell, it's going to go up in the air. As it comes back down, we want to make sure that we hinge at the hips as late as possible. And the reason we want to hinge at the hips as late as possible is because that allows us to be more elastic on the next swing. If we break at the hips too soon, we lose that momentum. So if the kettlebell's coming down here and I've already broken at my hips, by the time I get through there, my hips are waiting there. They don't have that kind of nice elastic recoil that we want. So we want to see the bell come down, hips hinge at the last second so that we can explode up again. And that's something called the stretch shorten cycle. We want to use that quick elastic property of tissues to help us be nice and explosive. So I'm going to do 3 more reps, and I want you to watch how late I snap at my hips here. So you should have noticed that it was only at that last second that I start to break at the hips. The second mistake we see people make is to do with the arms. So we don't want to be too close in, little T-Rex arms. Likewise, we don't want to let that weight kind of be pulling on us. We want to make sure that when we're at the top of the swing, our shoulders are kind of packed and down so that we are nice and strong, still connected up through there. So again, I'm going to do another 3 swings, and I want you to watch my arms, my shoulders there. And by the way, it's okay to have a little bit of a bend. I have a little bit of a bend when I do my swings. Just doesn't need to be a complete into the body type of bend. So we're going to tilt back, and back down. So that's what I want you to work on. In the next video, we're going to talk about the core and the breath work with the swing.